YouTube, Kamen Rider here. This is going to be my review for the Deluxe Gotchardriver, technically the Gotchardriver set that comes with the little wrist card holder and stuff. I'm going to be approaching this review a little bit differently than usual, as I am starting to cover Rider content again on the channel, but more so about the show and the show news. Merchandise reviews are going to be much more casually put up, and I'm going to take a more casual approach to them, where I'm just going to go over the very base functions and give my general opinion on the quality of the toy, and it's not going to be about showing every single sound or thing it can do. It's just going to kind of be a casual review in order for me to not get burnt out and just kind of enjoy covering these and getting to talk about them without having to think about doing literally everything. Because there's tons of videos where you can go watch every function and all the what ifs or whatever. But this is going to kind of be more just my opinion on the quality and the core functions. So anyway, this is the set. Comes with the belt, and then you got the little card holder here, which is a pretty common set that they'll have like the belt or whatever they use this year. Kind of like with Sentai, they have like the belt sets to have the holders for the gimmick, and you get these every year. And this is overall pretty neat. Nothing all that exciting, but I think it is one of my more favorite ones. It's really basic, like you just have the strap here, but it's a really nice quality strap. And then this is basically like a rectangle with some gold paint on it, but it looks decently slick, and I kind of like the idea of it being on the wrist, and I really love just the way it feels to open this up, and then you put the cards in here. And they do fit a decent amount of cards. Like you can fit like the whole stack of the ones that come with this and that come with the belt in each side. You're obviously not going to be able to hold your whole collection eventually, but it holds a decent amount of cards if you're just going for casual. And I like the way it does that. It feels kind of slick and satisfying. So it's not necessarily a must-have, but if you want to pick up the set to get like the extra card, this is kind of a fun little addition. As far as the cards, the main belt does come with these. As you can see, it's the core cards. You have Hopper and Steamliner, and then you have some extra ones here as well. Whatever this one's called, Aparoshiba, or and then Beep Mariner? Does that say Beep Mariner? That's a funny name. But they're overall pretty cool cards. You know, on the back here you have half the helmets, because part of the designs, the helmets are going to come together. And then when you have like a best match, they come together to form the full helmet. And you do get to see like what ifs of some of them, like what they look like, which is kind of fun. But none of the mismatched combos make any significant sounds. They just make like the base level sounds like that. But they're overall pretty cool cards. I really do like the designs of the Chemys. I can see these being really exciting for people that are like into the little collectible creatures bit, especially for like kids and stuff. I've said in an episode review, I'm really curious how well these are going to do. I feel like they're really pushing them and trying to make them happen, and I'm curious if they're actually going to take off or if they're just trying too hard. And then here you get the ones that come with the holder. You got Mantis, which was one of the first ones he gets in the show, which makes a combo. You get basically two combos in this set. You have the primary one and then the Mantis combo that work, and all the other ones just make individual sounds, and then, you know, you can put them together, but they won't make any best match sounds if they aren't, well, a match. And then you have the belt itself, which is actually rather large. It's funny, when I was talking about the design for this when we first saw it, I was saying how I like that it's like more understated. It doesn't look clunky and too busy. It's just like really straightforward. But like when you have the toy, it's actually really clunky and large. It's kind of nice because it feels closer to the size you would get in the show, and it makes it feel like rather worth it as like almost a prop, which is kind of neat. But it also makes it seem a lot louder and gaudier than I thought. But I overall do kind of like the more simplistic design. I like the sort of neon techie look of it. The way it functions is very simple, but I like it. I just like the idea of how it works, bringing together the helmet with the LEDs and lights. It's simple, but it looks good, and I like just the idea of the helmet forming, and then getting to see some what if combos makes for some overall fun stuff. So turn it on here. And I really do like the sounds for this. I like the voice a lot. It has a really epic sounding voice. It doesn't sound like a weird crackhead or anything too strange. The overall sounds are pretty good. Like, they're not too sing-songy or anything, which is what I really like. Not that I don't like a good jingle, but I think in recent years they've done it too much, and it's like gets really busy and annoying, especially when there's multiple ones going on. So I like that this one is kind of more simple. But to be fair, Geetz's was mostly as well. So let's go ahead and just do our first classic combo just to show how it works. So you can see how it comes together. All the LEDs, I think, looks really nice. I really love the way it looks. I love the way the helmet shines. Like I said, I really do like the sounds. It's got a good voice, just enough jingle to be in there. I like the standby noises. Very kind of like retro, video gamey, like almost 80s movie sounding, which is kind of neat. And then you do get the attack noises. Okay, so now let's put in this card here for the other combo. That one there definitely gets on the edge of like a sing-songy voice that I don't like at the end, but that's just kind of a microcosm of it, so it's not a big deal. Just to show you like what random ones do. See, I keep having a problem with the reader. The reader sometimes won't read it, and also it'll sometimes make a glitchy noise. So it'll make like the jingle noises and some of their individual noises, but it won't make like a synergy noise where it has a double name for it, which is understandable. It's obviously going to make more sense for them to have just the sounds like that for the main combos. It would have been kind of cool if they could have just come up with what-if names for the combos, just to make it seem like a little bit less boring and have a little more incentive to mix and match, but I get it. So you can use all the other ones individually or together in these various combos for mixing and matching. And most of the fun actually comes in just seeing what the different helmets kind of look like if you were to mismatch them like that, which is kind of neat. But that's like the core functionality. I'm not going to go over every single sound, like I said, kind of casual for this. So I do have some mixed feelings on this thing. I do generally like the design quite a bit. I really like the sounds. I love the way the lights look. I like the way it works. It's very simple and easy. I like a lot about it. I do have one problem with it though, which came up at least once in the review, which is I have problems with the readers. I don't know if like that's going to be something that happens for everybody, or I haven't heard about it being widespread, but very often, and thankfully I'm actually very surprised pleasantly that it only happened once in the review, just because it can be a pain to deal with. But sometimes, you know, I'll put the card in and either it won't read it or it'll make that wish wish sound and it'll just like glitch out. And I had unfortunately had a similar problem with my original Gotchardriver. To be fair, that one, like, it took years for that to happen, but it eventually would do that. It either wouldn't read or it would glitch out. And then I was happy to be able to get the complete selection one, and within like a month of owning that, it does the same thing. And I can't believe I didn't think about that. So it's unfortunate that I already have that problem with this. So I can't say that that's not a problem for me, because it makes it like less fun to deal with. Like, I just got the Gotchardriver, the Desire Driver, and that's been a lot of fun to mess around with. And like, this one isn't as fun to like pull off the shelf or whatever and play with, because it's like all of a sudden the cards don't work. So I would say that, setting that aside, I do like this, and if you're interested in it, check it out. But be wary of that, and if that's something you're concerned about, I would, you know, give that some thought. But that's about it for this one, guys. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps to ring that bell so you get notifications for my videos. Dawson Rider, signing out.